Back here at home, the unrest in Portland continues to rage out of control. Antifa terrorists are destroying government. Oh, wait, that's the White House. Oh, that's what Trump did on purpose, without permission, to the White House. I told you we should have made him put down a security deposit. Over the summer, Trump announced he was going to build a big, beautiful ballroom, but promised it would not in any way affect the structure of the White House. And then he demolished the White House.
The president has time to do everything but what he needs to focus on. In fact, we heard the press secretary say that his main priority is the ballroom that no one asked for, the ballroom that requires him to destroy historic pieces of the White House. And so it doesn't seem like he's interested.
Trump's week began like any other, loud, confusing, and destined for a headline that felt like a late-night joke setup. But this time, Jimmy Kimmel and Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett weren't just laughing. They dissected him in real time, turning chaos into comedy and commentary. By the end, his presidential theater became a roast so sharp, even his advisors questioned whether to send flowers or resign.
Here, kind of lumbers past the flags. He salutes the drapes. I don't know what he's saluting. Keep going, Mr. President. We need you to keep moving along. Now he's just bored. Now he's like, what the hell am I doing? I'm missing Sean Hannity for this.
Thank you so much, Madam Ranker, and thank you so much to our witnesses for being here today. I've sat and I've listened, and what my colleague, Mr. Krishnamurthy, just talked about was just blatant racism. Like, I'm gonna just call a thing a thing. Like, this administration is racist.
Trump, ever the self-declared showman, has turned the presidency into a reality series no one asked for, but everyone can't stop watching. Kimmel swung hard, turning every absurd contradiction into a symphony of mockery, while Congresswoman Crockett sliced through his delusions with surgical precision. Together, they reveal the real art of the deal, manufacturing outrage while pretending it's strategy.
President tell the public he was going to tear down the entire East Wing, which, as you know, is a part of the People's House.
I think this was a judgment call on the president. The president is a master builder. I don't know. I assume that maybe parts of the East Wing could have been asbestos, could have been mold.
Could have been some old Chinese food. Could have been ghosts.
The man built his political empire on branding, gold letters, loud rallies, and promises that vanish faster than campaign ethics. But Crockett wasn't buying it. She peeled back the lacquered illusion to expose a president running the country like a rigged casino. Every speech a rerun, every policy a remix, every scandal a sequel nobody wanted.
Like he's interested. It is my hope that his friends start calling him Jeff Bezos when those Amazon planes are not flying. Hopefully, he will listen to them, because he's not listening to the pain that the American people are suffering through. As again, you played a clip and he said everybody's going to be in good shape. Who was it?
Kimmel, on his late-night battlefield, reminded America that Trump's chaos is now predictable. He doesn't lead so much as narrate his confusion in real time. Crockett brought grounded fury, highlighting that while he tweets grievances, Americans wait for results. The nation feels stuck in a group project where the loudest participant does the least.
Less like a president and more like a property brother. He blew up the East Wing. He redecorated the Oval Office. He paved over the Rose Garden. He added a golden hall of presidents, and he isn't done.
This house was not taken care of the way it was supposed to be. I take very good care of property. You'll notice the floors downstairs. I paid for them. Marble, the most beautiful marble.
What makes their takedown sting isn't just humor, it's truth. Trump's presidency runs on performance fuel. Crockett exposed the sputtering engine. Press conferences feel like open mic nights with accidental punchlines. Policies run on vibes and nostalgia, as if slogans could replace governing. Yet loyalists cheer every stumble, confusing charisma for competence and reruns for reality.
Hungry, which people were already hungry in this country. We have not done right by those that have been struggling, because $6 a day to eat doesn't fix it. And you say everybody's going to be in good shape as you are putting more money into your son's pocket, as you are saying that we should take American taxpayer dollars and put them in your pocket to the tune of $280 million. I mean, I don't know who...
Kimmel wasn't afraid to call it what it is. A presidency fueled by vibes, revenge, and a craving for applause. Her words landed harder than the comedic jabs because they carried receipts. Missed deadlines, endless investigations, and staffers exiting faster than contestants on a dating show. Each scandal bled into the next, turning accountability into performance art. Trump's reality writes the comedy for him. Together, Kimmel and Crockett transformed a press cycle into a masterclass on exposing dysfunction through laughter. Every overblown claim, every exaggerated grievance, every attempt to control the narrative became a brick in the crumbling wall of his ego.
Floors down in the Palm Room, the most beautiful floors, the most beautiful lights and chandeliers, and now it's starting to gleam like it should. It'll be the most beautiful ballroom anywhere in the world, I think.
Wait a minute. Is it possible that he's planning to sell the White House? Gonna fix it up and flip it on us? Marble, the most beautiful marble. He talks like it's an episode of Love It or Leave It.
Crockett slices through nonsense like it's paper, unbothered by theatrics, unimpressed by bravado, and immune to noise. Her critiques are surgical, exposing how Trump's leadership prioritizes grievance management over governing. Every crisis becomes personal, every failure someone else's fault. The presidency turns into an endless audition for sympathy. Kimmel amplifies the farce, comparing the administration's logic to a badly written sitcom, where villains are obvious, heroes confused, and the script unreadable. Yet Crockett grounds the satire, diagnosing a deeper condition: America's addiction to outrage, mistaking noise for action and volume for vision. Trump didn't invent dysfunction, he monetized it.
He has always been a racist, and that is what we are enduring in this country. Let me give you some facts behind this racism, and they get mad when I say the things that I say, but I will not stop speaking the truth. Number one, I said that what we were experiencing in this country felt like what I would imagine slave patrols to look like. And frankly, anybody that knows anything about slave patrols, this is exactly what it was like. We're talking about lawless people that are going around with no warrants or anything, and it's all about rounding people up and...
Kimmel turned realization into comedy. Crockett transformed it into indictment. Together, they dismantled not just credibility, but the spectacle machinery that keeps Trump relevant. Every mockery fuels his martyr narrative, yet they flipped the script, making him the punchline of his own mythology. Each segment revealed a leader whose confidence depends on applause and vanishes when the lights go out. Kimmel spun absurdity into poetic commentary on governance by improvisation. Crockett, with calm precision, highlighted real-world consequences. Missed policies, eroded credibility, and distractions disguised as strategy. The laughter became catharsis, a nation exhaling, recognizing that chaos alone had replaced accountability.
Fucking him around the plate. It reminded me of something. I was trying to think, what did that remind me of? Oh. Yes. That's right. The Westminster Dog Show. It's a very similar event. He and that terrier have the same hairstylist for years. The prime minister pulled out all the stops for Trump. She nominated him for a Nobel Peace Prize. She had the World Series on TV for him. She even gave him some gifts.
Crockett turned mockery into a lesson. When the presidency becomes performance, democracy becomes theater seating. Their roast worked because it exposed the infrastructure of delusion, not just Trump, but the system enabling him. Pundits who excuse, officials who bend, voters who praise defiance. Kimmel peeled back the surface with wit. Crockett tore out the foundation with insight. Every joke carried evidence. Failed policies, ethics violations, embarrassing gaffes, all repurposed into a highlight reel of dysfunction. The absurdity writes itself, reality outpacing parody. Comedians became archivists, headlines read like satire, and Crockett's closing note delivered the truth. The most dangerous secret is what Trump hides, but what America accepts.
By heart by the end of the night. There were incredible game-saving plays at third, at the plate, on both sides. It went on, and it was like one of your mother's voicemails. Every time you thought it was finished, it kept going. But then Freddie Freeman came to bat in the bottom of the 18th. And
11:50 in Los Angeles. Freeman sends a fly ball to center field. Marshall's going.
When the cameras cut, the silence wasn't emptiness, it was recognition. Kimmel's smirk lingered. Crockett's calm stare carried the weight of a nation between disbelief and fatigue. Together they turned laughter into truth, humor into accountability. The roast ended, but the reality persisted. Trump's presidency is a perpetual rerun, scandals blending like bad improv, outrage as a laugh track. Every finale spawns another subplot, every failure spectacle. Kimmel critiques the absurdity, Crockett dissects the machinery. It's not chaos, it's distraction by design, exhausting, desensitizing, and normalizing dysfunction. Governance fades, performance dominates, and the audience finally sees it all.
all the stops for Trump. She nominated him for a Nobel Peace Prize. She had the World Series on TV for him. She even gave him some gifts. She gave him a golf bag signed by a Japanese golfer and gave him a putter once owned by the late Prime Minister Abe. Unfortunately, he no longer has anywhere to put that putter because all his closet space.
The absurdity thrives because the audience keeps tuning in. Outrage is ritual, disbelief no longer shocks. America's political discourse runs like entertainment media: tease, shock, trend, repeat. Crockett exposes the rhythm, showing how breaking stories break nothing new. Kimmel anchors humor with precision, revealing how jokes collide with lives and livelihoods. Together they turn satire into autopsy. Trump isn't just amusing, he's revealing: spectacle over strategy, brand over truth. Each punchline is a warning wrapped in a smirk. Contradictions, vanishing promises, shifting allies, all choreographed chaos. Noise isn't accidental, it's strategy. Leadership dissolves into performance, and laughter becomes the last refuge of sanity.
You know, I don't know what it says. I mean, it is very hard to say that you can predict anything when it comes to this White House, especially when it comes to this particular president. I will tell you that, you know, it seems like he's not on the same page with the Republicans. We know that here recently, he basically said, hey, just go ahead and explore the nuclear option. You know, they've been trying to blame this on the Democrats the entire time, when those of us who understand how things work, they have exploited the nuclear option more than once, and I'm not suggesting.
By now, the spectacle feeds itself. The president acts, the press reacts, the public argues, and the cycle resets before outrage cools. Kimmel and Crockett weaponize that fatigue, turning it into piercing laughter. Every punchline hits because it's carved from uncomfortable truth. Crockett's calm precision exposes the emptiness behind slogans, showing how little substance holds the spectacle together. Kimmel amplifies it, translating frustration into clear satire. Together, they create comedic accountability, documenting history in real time. And yet, even as the laughter fades, the cycle reloads. Another headline, another scandal, another rerun. Satire survives because truth demands it.